What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Jose Show. Happy Monday. All right, now let's start off today's show talking about last night's Super Bowl, because last night's Super Bowl was definitely something, ladies and gentlemen, because the Philadelphia Eagles got to beat out the Kansas City Chiefs 22-40, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. But guess what? Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and the rest of the team from the Kansas City Chiefs, they were very sad and they were very shocked to find out that their team was losing, especially because there was a photo circulating around social media where Travis Kelce was tearing up, and I don't blame him. Now, I think that it was really intense having to witness that the Kansas City Chiefs were getting beaten out by the Philadelphia Eagles since the very beginning of the game, because I noticed that since the very beginning of the game, the Kansas City Chiefs were at 0, and the Philadelphia Eagles were beating them out by like 20 or 30 points, which to me was really insane. I mean, I remember seeing like in the first part of the game, the Philadelphia Eagles were at 22 while the Kansas City Chiefs were still at 0, which to me was really insane. And I was like, what in the world? And what I also noticed too was that the Philadelphia Eagles, man, they were really aggressive with their playing, and they weren't really joking around. I mean, they were really prepared because they knew who they were going to confront in the game. And that is definitely goals, because I mean, hey, they really wanted that trophy so freaking bad after all. And you know what? I feel like the Kansas City Chiefs already had their time anyway into winning, because I mean, they have already won like 3 games already. So I mean, we shouldn't feel all that bad for the Kansas City Chiefs after all. Okay, so I feel like now it's the time for the Philadelphia Eagles to have their own shine anyways. All right, and yes, I also feel bad for Taylor Swift, because Taylor Swift was there to cheer on for her boyfriend. And of course, she was team Kansas City Chiefs because Travis Kelce is part of the Kansas City Chiefs team. But you know what? It is what it is. All right, and what I also noticed was that Taylor Swift, man, she was just prepared to cheer on and to go off and get excited that Travis Kelce was going to win and the rest of the team was going to win. But, you know, she just unfortunately couldn't do that because, like I said, that team lost last night. Now, when the camera was focused on Taylor Swift for a little while, I noticed that a lot of people in the audience were booing at poor Taylor Swift, which to me was so freaking ridiculous, because Taylor Swift did not deserve any booing at all. Like, what the hell did Taylor Swift do to any of you guys in order for you guys to be booing at poor Taylor Swift? Like, she was just there like anybody else to be cheering for Travis Kelce, and that was it. All right, so leave the poor girl alone. And she was like, what the heck is going on? Why is everybody booing? Okay, like, Taylor Swift is a magnificent person. She is a magnificent pop star. And that is all I have to say. All right. But I just think that all of these people that were booing at Taylor Swift are a bunch of people that I'm sure are against Travis Kelce, and they're against the Kansas City Chiefs, which is the reason to why they were booing at Taylor Swift probably. And who knows, maybe a lot of these people too were a bunch of MAGAs that are Trump supporters that are against Taylor Swift, because let's remember that Taylor Swift despises Trump and Trump despises Taylor Swift. So that could also be it, especially because let's remember that Trump unfortunately was at the game last night. But I am so glad that Trump and Taylor Swift were not sitting next to each other nor by each other, because if that would have been the case, that would have been so freaking chaotic. Let's be realistic, because man, there is just no freaking way that Taylor Swift would be able to tolerate having to be sitting by that man. I am just so freaking weirded out about the fact that Trump got to attend last night's game, because that just comes to show that this man is nothing but a hypocrite by attending a game like this. Because since when on earth is Trump into football? Okay, and also, the fact that Trump was at the game, I believe, came to show that he was just trying to gain more popularity, and he was trying to gain a lot of support, especially from the people over in Louisiana, because he knows that a bunch of the people that live in Louisiana and that were in that game in Louisiana are a bunch of black people. That's what this is all about. It's all a publicity stunt from his part. It ain't anything, you know, to be supporting anybody in those games. No. Like, this is just a bunch of chaos. And let's remember that shortly after Taylor Swift got booed, and shortly after it was being shown on Twitter and on Truth Social that Taylor Swift was getting booed, Trump got to repost the video basically making fun of Taylor Swift, which to me was a huge humiliation. But let's also remember too that Trump also got booed when he showed up at the game. So I mean, what is the point of Trump showing up at the game? You know, what is the freaking point after all? Trump should have left instead. So yet again, Trump, even though he's trying to attack Taylor Swift in a way on social media by reposting a video where Taylor Swift is getting booed, yet again, Trump is already getting his karma because he's over here getting booed as well. And it's also all over social media. So, I mean, hey, what you do to others will come back to you anyways. So, anywho, Trump, you should just mind your own beeswax, and I believe that in the next Super Bowl game, you should not be invited at all, okay? And do your job as a president, because that is exactly what you're supposed to be doing instead of attacking people and instead of doing a bunch of stupid stuff in the White House, okay? I'm just saying. All right, but anyways, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles on winning last night's game. It was definitely something, and man, I look forward to the next Super Bowl. Now, let's talk about Kendrick Lamar, man. Kendrick Lamar at last night's halftime show was definitely something, man, because Kendrick Lamar, he was definitely on it, man. He got to invite Serena Williams as a surprise guest in his performance, which to me was really insane because Serena Williams was like an unexpected guest in my opinion, because I mean, she is not a singer. I believe she is just an athlete, and man, I think that she did quite a really good show with Kendrick Lamar. And Kendrick Lamar, man, he was like, you know, trying to, you know, get it in, get it wiggy wiggy, and hey, if that's what the audience wanted, that's what the audience wanted. Kendrick Lamar really was able to set his field well, and he was even able to perform whatever song he wanted to perform regardless of what the audience was going to say and regardless of what Trump was going to say, because I noticed that he was performing the song Not Like Us, and he really didn't give a shit about any of that stuff. And I noticed that he was, you know, basically throwing out dabs and jabs and here and there with any of the other songs that he was performing. And you know, I believe that one of the songs, by the way, was also a jab towards Drake, especially the Not Like Us song. So he really didn't give a damn at all, which to me was pretty amazing, because at the end of the day, it is a Super Bowl halftime performance where people are supposed to be enjoying it anyways. Come on now. So there's also that. And I mean, hey, I think it was also really cool how Kendrick was just, you know, trying to, you know, not just give it his all, but he was like really like out there like, hey, I'm Kendrick, take me seriously, I'm here to perform for all of you guys, and I am one of the biggest rappers today, and hey, I am who I am regardless if you like my messages, regardless of if you like my rapping, and regardless if you like anything from me, and that's it. So that's also what the point about this whole entire halftime show was all about, which to me is something to applaud for. So yeah. Anywho, Kendrick Lamar, man, I really am happy for you. Now, last but not least, let's talk about the fact that this Super Bowl game was over in Louisiana, man. I am just so darn surprised that it was over in Louisiana and it wasn't over in more popular places like Vegas, Los Angeles, or even Miami, because Louisiana, I mean, is just, you know, one of the places that is just not that well talked about, and it's not that well populated, in my opinion, like Miami, Vegas, LA. But I don't know who came up with the idea of putting the Super Bowl over in Louisiana. I am not sure. Okay, but anywho, that is my take on last night's Super Bowl, and man, that is all I have to say. But anyways, on to the next topic. Now let's talk about last night's Santa Barbara Film Festival. So last night's Santa Barbara Film Festival was definitely something to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, because Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande, Demi Moore, and so much more got to attend last night's award ceremony. Now, Ariana Grande was among the artists to pick up the Virtuoso Award along with Selena Gomez, and it was definitely something to talk about because they were all smiles as they were picking up the award. Now, huge crowds turned out to get a glimpse of the Hollywood stars descending on the Santa Barbara Film Festival, and Demi dropped some knowledge after a screening of her film The Substance, doing a Q&A with festival director Roger Durling. Okay, so other celebs in town for the weekend included Jane Lynch, Sandra Oh, Monica Barbaro, Sebastian Stan, just to name a few. Okay, so anywho, this is really insane. I believe that Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez, and the rest of these other artists that got to pick up this Virtuoso Award at last night's Santa Barbara International Film Festival was so something, because I think that they all deserve that Virtuoso Award because they have all worked their asses off throughout the past year in these movies that they've been in, especially Ariana, because Ariana, man, really killed it playing Galinda on Wicked. And of course, Selena Gomez did her best on Emilia Perez, and of course, let's remember that Demi Moore did her best on The Substance, and let's remember that many other actresses were really out there shining and this and that, and of course, let's remember that all of these actresses have gotten recognized with one of these awards this past year, with the Golden Globe, with the Critics' Choice Award, with the Oscar, and so, which to me is already a really good sign that all of these actresses deserve to have this Virtuoso Award after all. And it's really quite amazing having to see that this is actually a ceremony, because I think that a ceremony like this is highly deserved, because I think that yes, there are the Oscars, yes, there are the Golden Globes, the Critics' Choice, the SAGs, but we also need an award show that gets to be recognizing all of these actors evenly and equally, instead of these actors that are just there for a nomination and that's it, or one of them gets to just win and that's it. You know, like, we really need an award show like this that is very equal. Now, I think that Ariana, man, was all smiles at last night's Santa Barbara Film Festival, because she really looked like she was in a really good mood, like she really wanted to be there, and she was definitely stunning with that pink flowery dress that she had on. I think she looked as beautiful as a princess, as beautiful as a Cinderella, I think, because man, she really looked that stunning, and she actually kind of looked like Galinda wearing that dress, let's be realistic. She looked so darn cute. And I think that she was like, okay, well, I'm here, I'm getting recognized, I'm being loved here, and this is where I belong, you know? And that's really amazing, and that's really cool right there. Now, let's remember that Selena Gomez, she got to skip the Critics' Choice Awards this past Friday. Now, I can imagine the reason to why she ended up skipping the award show this past Friday was because she was not happy about the fact that she got snubbed from the award show. And that's actually 100% valid. And then Ariana Grande, she got to skip the Grammys like last Sunday, and that's also very valid because the Grammys have been doing her dirty all these years anyways. So there's also that. And yeah, but congratulations to all of these artists that have gotten recognized with the Virtuoso Award, and congrats to all of them for their successes in their movies this past year. I am so happy for all of them. Okay, now on to the next topic. Now let's talk about Drake. So Drake's down under on tour, and he was on stage venting about his exes just hours before two of them, Serena Williams and SZA, hit the Super Bowl stage with his sworn enemy Kendrick Lamar. Okay, so Drake got spicy on stage, shading past flames who play you in your effing life, and telling fans, if you're doing better than your ex, turn up to this song. Before launching into You Broke My Heart, he was performing a stop for his Anita Max Win tour at the Rod Laver Arena in Melbourne, Australia, ahead of the Super Bowl kickoff in New Orleans, Louisiana. So looks like Drake's exes weren't exactly crying over him. They were too busy living it up at Caesars Superdome Sunday with Serena, who he had a thing with from 2011 to 2015, making a dance cameo to Not Like Us, the super popular track dissing Drizzy. Okay, so Anyways, and that wasn't all. Kendrick bought out another one of Drake's exes, SZA, who performed Luther and All the Stars with K. Dot. Now, anyways, looks like his exes have picked a side, so don't be surprised if Drake's got more to say soon. Okay, this sounds like a bunch of jealousy from Drake, ladies and gentlemen, that this is going on. I think that Drake knows deep down that he is losing here and Kendrick Lamar is actually winning here, because this song that Kendrick Lamar released is actually becoming not just a hit but also a huge target to attract a bunch of Drake's exes to be with him and to be friends with him instead of being friends and getting along with Drake. Because as we all have been noticing, SZA was there, Serena Williams was also there, and they were like, you know what, let's do this. And what I'm noticing is that this right here is already showing that Drake actually needs to actually set down his beef with Kendrick Lamar, and he needs to be like, listen bro, we need to be Gucci here. We can't be continuing off with all of this crap between you and me, because if you're going to be doing this, then we're just going to continue to get worse and worse here with our relationship here. Come on bro. Like, that's exactly what I'm smelling things to be here. But if Drake is going to continue to be dissing and continue to be throwing jabs here and there towards Kendrick Lamar, especially on his tour, then I mean, this guy is actually going to be losing fans more than he's going to be gaining fans, because he is actually not gonna be seen as the guy that actually wants to be fixing things out. He's not gonna be seen as this guy that really is trying to create peace here. I mean, he's already being seen as the guy that is already starting the whole entire war between him and Kendrick Lamar anyways, because let's remember that back in like 2024, it was already being said that Drake was over here doing stuff to Kendrick Lamar, which is what caused Kendrick Lamar to write a song about Drake, which by the way happened to be Not Like Us, and it ended up being a huge hit in the Hot 100 charts. And now Drake is over here like getting offended, like what the heck is going on here? And it's actually pretty amazing, and it's pretty interesting how this guy was over here listening and watching the Super Bowl even though he was supposed to be touring over in Australia. Like, I don't know, but maybe he had the phone in his hand while he was performing on stage, which is how he noticed about the whole entire Super Bowl halftime show. I'm just saying, I don't know. But it's really interesting though how this is still going on in between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. And you know what? I just think that hopefully one day Drake will not go off and get all, you know, physically feisty with him. Okay, let's just say, okay. But peace on earth, peace between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I'm just saying. Now on to the next topic. Now let's talk about something pretty funny and pretty interesting. So Kanye West's X account has been deactivated after days of anti-Semitic, misogynistic, and racist rants, and it came after Elon Musk labeled Ye's account NSFW in response to the rapper posting too much porn. Okay. So, Elon's Sunday response came after a concerned X user advocated for Kanye to be banned from the platform, not because of Ye's comments, but for repeatedly posting porn, which was showing up on X whether people wanted to see it or not. Okay, so Musk replied, given what he has posted, his account is now classified as NSFW. You should not be seeing that anymore. Shortly afterward, Kanye appeared to deactivate his X account himself. So Ye announced he was logging off and thanked Musk for letting him vent, and the account then disappeared. He had described his disturbing rant as being very cathartic, saying he had been using the world as a sounding board. Ye compared the experience to an ayahuasca trip. Okay, so of course Kanye posting pornography does not even scratch the surface of the controversial content he published over the past several days. His hate-filled rant aimed to normalize talking about Hitler after Ye identified as a Nazi. Okay, so this is really insane. I think that this guy deserves to leave Twitter for good. Not just to get his own freaking Twitter deactivated. Because this man is nothing but a crazy person. He is a crazy pile of crazy. Because I don't think that a normal person would go off spreading a bunch of hate, a bunch of anti-Semitism, and especially a bunch of pornography on a social media platform like X. Like, what in the world? I think that this guy is simply trying to not just call attention, but I think he is also trying to, I don't know, be very funny supposedly with all of what he's posting, when in reality none of this is funny. It's actually really weird and it's really crazy. And he's already calling attention with the fact that he brought his naked wife to the Grammys last weekend, which to me was just a whole no. And now this. I don't know, man, but the only thing that we need to hear is for this man to, I don't know, go naked on Instagram, because I know that his Instagram is still active at this point. And once that happens, I'm sure that Instagram of his is also going to get deactivated or deleted. Now, I'm not trying to say that Kanye West will do it today or tomorrow, but what I can say is that there could be some chances that he could be doing such a thing, just knowing how crazy he is. Okay. And I always disagree with what Elon Musk does and says, especially because of his political views. But in this case, I really do think that Elon Musk has his own right, and he has a really good reason to be deactivating Kanye West for hopefully good on X. And I believe that in this case, Elon Musk and Kanye West are going to be beefing like crazy. And it's going to be interesting because Elon Musk supports Trump and Kanye also supports Trump. And now it's going to be an Elon-Kanye battle here. And then, I don't know, maybe Elon Musk is going to start hating on Trump too. Who knows? Because, Kanye is going to start hating on Trump too. Who knows? Because, who knows? Maybe Trump is even going to be supporting the deactivation of Kanye West's account on X too, because of the fact that Elon Musk and Trump are really good friends right now, and Elon Musk is working for Trump, as we all know, unfortunately. So it's going to be a really interesting shift right there, with Kanye West supporting the man in the White House to now not supporting him, all because of a freaking fiasco that happened on X, where Elon is deactivating his account for posting pornography. I don't know, man. I'm just wanting to laugh so hard right now. Like, you have no darn idea. And I'm sure that Julia Fox might do the same thing too, and posting porn on there too, and she'll end up getting deactivated too. Who knows? Or who knows, maybe she's already posting nudes on there too, and she hasn't even gotten accountable for her own actions. I don't know, because I don't check that woman's account. But anywho, this man is nothing but a pile of poo. That is all I got to say. Alright, now on to the next topic. Now let's talk about something pretty serious. So Jim Jeffries could be dragged into court by a cop correction, the cop from The Village people, all because Jim referred to YMCA as a gay anthem, TMZ has learned. Now the comedian received a cease and desist letter from Victor Willis's wife, Karen Willis, who also manages the VP lead singer, and the letter rips him, Jim, for his obscene, derogatory, and false description of the hit song in their eyes at least. So, last month, while doing his At This Moment podcast, Jim bluntly delivered his interpretation of YMCA. It's effing in showers and a hostel, right? When you're a young man who's been kicked out of your home, there's a place you can go, paraphrasing that last part from a verse in the song. So, Jim and his co-host Amos Gill went even further, calling out the irony of conservatives singing along and dancing to the song at the President Trump's rallies. However, Victor doesn't see a drop of irony because, as Karen puts it, that is not the actual meaning of his lyrics, nor is there anywhere in the lyrics that would even remotely suggest such. So Victor and his wife/manager are giving Jim until February 17 to retract his false and defamatory meaning of the song, or they'll launch a lawsuit against him and his co-host. Alright, so Jim clearly heard their threat loud and clear. We're told he plans to issue an apology, but you gotta think this won't be the last time this comes up. So anyways, this is really intense. I think that I don't know, but you need to be careful with what you're singing, with what you're doing. Okay, and apparently Jim Jeffries was never careful with what he was doing here. And I think in this case that if you're gonna be basically trying to sugarcoat everything while you are basically getting exposed for what you post and with what you do, then just don't even think about sugarcoating it, because because basically you sugarcoating everything is just going to lead you to get into more trouble, because the more that you get to be sugarcoating something, the more that you're actually going to be caught as this person that is actually caught in a lie. Because honestly, sugarcoating just sounds very false, very bland here, in my opinion, and that's exactly what's going on here with this comedian dude. Now, I think in this case that, I don't know, but yes, there's a thing called free speech, but in this case, I just think that this is just, I don't know, going too far here with whatever he's doing here, with whatever he is being inspired for doing this. So, anywho, yeah, I don't know what else to say about this, but on to the next topic. All right, now let's talk about Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, so Mark Zuckerberg and Kim Kardashian apparently are allies in a way. Well, Kim Kardashian's got an ally in Mark Zuckerberg because he rocked a quirky shirt saying he's already using her legal services despite, her still working on actually becoming a lawyer. So Mark hit up his Instagram Sunday flexing a hoodie that said Kim is my lawyer, captioned with the only appropriate hoodie and tagging Kris Jenner, probably because it was a gift straight from the momager herself. Okay, so the hoodie's not exactly breaking news. It's been around since Kim first said she was hitting the books for law school and even made a cameo on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Mark's post was actually part of a Super Bowl commercial where he was mostly plugging the limited edition Super Bowl Ray-Ban Meta glasses his company teamed up on. Okay, so despite that, Mark Zuckerberg got roasted in the comments for rocking that hoodie, with fans joking about Kim defending him in court, but Kim Kardashian wasn't bothered. She responded in the comments with simple ha ha ha, I love it. Kim has been following in her late dad Robert Kardashian Sr.'s attorney footsteps since 2018, though she famously flunked the baby bar 3 times before finally passing in 2021. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. I think that Kim Kardashian and Mark Zuckerberg might as well be besties at this point. And I think it's really funny, by the way, because Kim Kardashian and Mark Zuckerberg, as we all know, they are kind of in connections in some ways, I guess you can say. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, Mark Zuckerberg, I believe, has been in huge support of Trump lately. And then Kim Kardashian was married to someone that is in huge support of Trump. So, I kind of see it, but it's not that huge of a connection anyways. So, but anywho, I do think though that if Mark Zuckerberg is rocking this Kim hoodie, this Kim sweatshirt, I guess you can call it too, then let it be. Like, there's nothing wrong with him rocking that sweatshirt that says Kim is my lawyer. It's not like he is committing a crime. It's not like he is sleeping with Kim. It's not like he's doing anything bad. No, like, y'all are just making a big deal out of everything just because Kim Kardashian is involved in this sweatshirt. Like, leave Kim Kardashian also alone. Like, I don't think it's hard, ladies and gentlemen. I think that if even Taylor Swift, if even Katy Perry were to be wearing a sweatshirt like this, y'all would be making a huge boomers off of this as well. Like, y'all, I don't know. Taylor Swift would be kind of understanding because Kim and Taylor are, kind of in the beef here and there, I guess you can say. But when it comes to the other celebs, why make a big deal about it? Like, just leave it alone. And also, Kim Kardashian, she is a lawyer, and I'm sure she might be a really good lawyer too, and we don't know it because we've been so focused on the fact that Kim Kardashian is, this reality star, and she's been known for the sex tape that she had with Ray J many years ago, and she's been known for her dramas with Kanye and this and that, and that's it. And we don't really see her in the legal terms of being this professional lawyer that she's been and that she studied for. So yeah, so we really need to stop judging and getting so out there and by the title of the book by its cover, instead of actually getting into the book itself and be like, okay, well, there's a reason to why Mark Zuckerberg is wearing this sweatshirt. Maybe Kim Kardashian isn't really the dramatic person and the slutty person that we've seen her as. Like, she is actually something behind all of that, So, anywho, we really need to start growing up. That's all I have to say about this, okay? But anywho, that is it for today's show, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's lovely episode of The Jose Show. Till next time, and peace.